Mother Nature like, how the fuck you doing that, Max? Trust me, I do a lot of shit like I'm doing much less. Got the mindset of DJ Khaled, I'm doing what's best. It's been body bags after body bags, so who is up next?
When I tell you guys that most black Zulu South Africans think that just because the Dutch migrants who came to that part of Africa came in contact with Shaka Zulu, that means that they are set for life. Like they do not have to work for anything. Like the government or the country is supposed to give them everything. And like they are supposed to be in control of every other tribes in South Africa. This is exactly what I mean.
If I were to be given a chance as a president in this country, in 12 months, I will transform this country to be the second most beautiful country in the world.
Now, remember how I said earlier in another vlog that everything that is going on in South Africa today with these black xenophobic sons of bitches is just pure jealousy and the laziness to actually work. It's like a Zulu South African looks at an African migrant in South Africa succeeding, doing work, and then they wonder, like, is this the same country in which we live? Now, there is this podcast of this, one of the leaders of this March and March xenophobic attacks that has been unfolding for the past couple of weeks to African migrants living in South Africa. And this idiot speaks and all you can see is just dumb stupidity. Now, I know a whole lot of these black South Africans might come under the comment section and try to talk, but let us break down exactly what this man said and you will understand that this guy is not the bright one in the bunch, because you can actually see an uneducated idiot. Remember, there's a saying that we always say in Cameroon that like fools and idiots do grow old. It doesn't mean that somebody is old. You will think that automatically they are wise. So let's get into this whole podcast interview he had.
If I were to be given a chance as a president in this country, in 12 months, I will transform this country to be the second most beautiful country in the world, better than America.
He said if he was given the chance to be the president of South Africa, first things first, let me just get this out of the way. I do not think the Africans in South Africa would allow somebody like you to be a president. You will not go anywhere close to the presidency because it is obvious that you really don't know exactly what you're talking about. He said if he were to be given the chance to become the president, he would transform South Africa within 12 months. There have been a whole lot of Zulu presidents in South Africa, and it didn't change. Jacob Zuma is Zulu. And the level of corruption that we saw under Jacob Zuma, your brother, a Zulu man, it was appalling. Zuma is a little bit educated. And then you, out of nowhere, a child of 46 children, you said your father had 46 children. I know it's not from one woman, and you are the 16th. I wonder if there was enough money to send you to school. That's a whole different thing. But you would change South Africa in 12 months? The best country in the world? I don't know what kind of weed this man is smoking, but let's keep going.
To be the second most beautiful country in the world, better than America.
He said the second best, the second most beautiful country in the world. Second to which country? And he said better than America. Now, South Africa, I don't know what kind of weed you guys smoke down south, but this man needs to be checked.
America. South Africa can pay South Africans 1 million every year for the rest of their lives. Let's say the average life expectancy in South Africa is 70 years. South Africa can pay 70 million to each person in this country to sustain themselves for the rest of their lives.
So this is where I said it at. It's all about laziness. Yes, you might say that there are some grievances, but the fact that these guys, everything I hear from all this whole thing is they're taking our women, they're taking our jobs. And then you go on this podcast and you talk about you don't have to work. You want the government to give you money. So what is the true purpose for you kicking and unaliving African migrants in South Africa? If you just want the government to give you money, why didn't you just go to the government and say, give us money? This clown is saying loud and clear that the South African government is supposed to just dish out 1 million rands to every black South African in South Africa. So I know you guys are more than 60 million of you. 1 million to every citizen, black citizen? Or are you just trying to say to every Zulu citizen? Because there's a whole lot of, look, let me say, school does not guarantee success in life, but school and education is very necessary. It's obvious this is what we are seeing. And this is the guy that these black Zulu South Africans are rallying behind. This is crazy. This is his logical thinking.
Expectancy in South Africa is 70 years. South Africa can pay 70 million to each person in this country to sustain themselves for the rest of their lives. We don't even need to work. We can have these legal immigrants coming to South Africa to work for us, like in Dubai.
He said we don't even have to work. So why are you all over online and giving interviews talking about black migrants are taking away your jobs? Like, I don't get the rationale. I don't understand this. And how does this guy move a whole lot of people to protest? Once again, I will tell you this. There are people controlling this whole thing. This whole narrative that they sell t-shirts and organize protests from different... Nah, there are people organizing these things, and probably it's an Israelite who is in South Africa paying for these things. But we're going to get to that in a different vlog. So, my man say they don't have to work. Does this man understand how GDP works? Does he fully understand how the economy of a country functions? Like, you want the government to just give you money, but you cannot put in effort, manpower to generate some kind of revenue for the state. You just want to sit and chill. Again, why are you unaliving and telling people all over that black migrants in South Africa are taking away your jobs, but then you don't want to work? It doesn't make sense, man. I need to know the name of the weed that you guys smoke in South Africa.
These legal immigrants coming to South Africa to work for us, like in Dubai. In the Arab Emirates, only foreigners are working. The citizens, the owners, the indigenous people of Dubai, they don't work.
Remember I talked about these Zulus thinking that they control everything just because early European explorers came in contact with them? Yes, he's talking about people coming to work for them in South Africa. So actually, the truth of the matter is, you guys are lazy. All of you guys calling for this, you use this as a pretext to say, oh, go out, leave a country, but then you don't want to work. You want them to give you money. And then you're trying to use Dubai. I don't know how far this man is traveled, or South Africa, or the Arabs. Arabs do work. Yes, it is true that there are certain jobs in Arab countries where only a true native of the land can hold. But Arabs work, they study. I know a whole lot of these people that are medical doctors, engineers, IT folks. I don't know, the stupidity of this guy is crazy, man. It's crazy.
In the Arab Emirates, only foreigners are working. The citizens, the owners, the indigenous people of Dubai, they don't work. We can have that in South Africa.
So, the indigenous people. South Africa is home to a whole lot of indigenous people, not just the Zulus. And if you must know, you Zulus, like you guys migrated to South Africa from what we call today Cameroon, my birth country. Now, this is somebody who is trying to get people rallied up and kicked out of the country for they're stealing our jobs. But we all know that you guys don't want to work. A whole lot of business owners have said it clear that the African migrants who come in, they are more focused on working, which is why their lives elevate. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everybody or every African in South Africa is working legally. Some of them might be involved in crimes. Yes, there are always bad seeds in any group, but this is the man. This is what he's thinking. And this is how they are thinking, which is why when they go out to protest, majority of them go about breaking into people's businesses, looting and just causing havoc. And then they will hide under the banner of illegal migrants. Leave a comment and let me know exactly what you think. But it's really appalling. Truly. Stay blessed.
If you see me in the streets, better holler at me. Seeking for a beat, throw them dollars at me. I don't like defeat, take that away from me. You tryna be like me, you couldn't handle my story. But we gon' let you know, we gon' let you know. We gon' let you know, we gon' let you know.